A royal soap opera, the security saga of Harry and Charles. The British monarchy has always been a subject of fascination, but this latest chapter has all the elements of a gripping drama. Is it really that hard, Your Majesty? The question on everyone's mind is why this issue has become so complicated. Is it a financial burden or perhaps just a matter of principle? The cost of security is certainly high, but for a family with such vast resources, it seems like a drop in the ocean. Or is it something deeper? Something more, dare we say, stubborn? Prince Harry wants police protection for himself and his family when visiting the UK. This request has opened up a Pandora's box of issues. Prince Harry wants police protection for himself and his family when visiting the UK. He argues that his status as a royal makes him a target, and thus he deserves the same level of protection as other high-profile figures. Somehow, this has become a royal soap opera starring King Charles, his son, and an entire government committee. The drama has escalated to involve not just the family, but also the British government and legal system. Couldn't the king, just wave his royal wand and make it happen? This isn't a fairy tale. The monarchy operates within a framework of rules and traditions that even the king must adhere to. There are rules, precedents, and let's not forget, a whole lot of family drama. The monarchy is steeped in centuries of tradition, and any deviation from the norm is met with scrutiny. Is this all part of the monarchy's drama series, As the Crown Turns? The public is left wondering if this is just another episode in the ongoing saga of royal life. We'll break it down, right here, right now. The heart of the matter is simple. Harry wants what he believes is rightfully his: security for his family on his home turf. But the situation is far from simple. The heart of the matter is simple. Harry wants what he believes is rightfully his: security for his family on his home turf. He feels that his family should be protected, especially given the threats they face. But the situation is far from simple. The request for police protection has led to a legal battle, with arguments about who should foot the bill and whether Harry's status warrants such measures. It's a tangled web of legal battles, hurt feelings, and a clash between tradition and modern realities. The legal system is now involved, and the tabloids are having a field day with every new development. The world is watching, eager to see if this father and son can find a way out of this very public, very messy dispute. The resolution of this issue could set a precedent for how the monarchy handles similar situations in the future. As the saga unfolds, one thing is clear. The relationship between Harry and Charles is under immense strain. The outcome of this dispute will not only affect their personal relationship, but also the public's perception of the monarchy. Will tradition prevail, or will modern realities force a change in how the monarchy operates? Only time will tell. For now, all we can do is watch and wait as this royal drama continues to unfold. Stay tuned as we continue to follow the twists and turns of the security saga of Harry and Charles. This is more than just a family dispute. It's a reflection of the evolving role of the monarchy in the 21st century. The stakes are high, and the world is watching. Will Harry get the security he desires, or will tradition and legalities stand in the way? One thing is for sure. This is a story that will be remembered for years to come. King Charles III, a man who has waited a lifetime to wear the crown, now finds himself embroiled in a public battle with his own son. This is not just any son, but Prince Harry, whose actions have sent shockwaves through the very core of the British monarchy. The irony is not lost on anyone. The world watches as a father and son, both bound by blood and duty, find themselves on opposite sides of a very public and painful divide. Sources close to the king speak of his embarrassment, his frustration, and yes, his fury. The king, who has always maintained a stoic public image, now grapples with emotions that are all too human. How could Harry, his own flesh and blood, air their dirty laundry so publicly? The question haunts Charles as he tries to reconcile the son he loves with the man who has become a vocal critic of the institution he holds dear. For a man steeped in tradition, in duty, in the sanctity of the monarchy, this is a betrayal of the highest order. The monarchy, with its centuries-old traditions and protocols, is not just a family business, it is a symbol of continuity and stability for the nation. How could he challenge the very institution Charles has pledged his life to protect? The king has spent decades preparing for his role, understanding the weight of the crown and the responsibilities it entails. There's a sense that Charles feels that Harry's actions are not just personally hurtful, but damaging to the monarchy itself. The institution that has weathered countless storms now faces a new kind of challenge, one that comes from within. The king believes in order and hierarchy, in respecting the decisions made by the crown, even if they are difficult ones. This belief is not just about maintaining power, but about preserving a way of life that has defined the British identity for generations. To Charles, Harry's legal challenge represents a breach of protocol, a blatant disregard for the way things have always been done. It is not just a personal affront, but a challenge to the very principles that underpin the monarchy. And in that, the king sees a threat not just to his authority, but to the very fabric of the monarchy he holds dear. The weight of tradition is heavy, and the king knows that any cracks in its foundation could have far-reaching consequences. As the world watches, King Charles III must navigate this unprecedented crisis, balancing his roles as a father and a monarch. The stakes are high, and the future of the monarchy may well depend on how this chapter unfolds. The public, too, is divided. Some sympathise with Harry's desire for independence and transparency, while others stand firmly with the king, valuing tradition and continuity. This schism reflects broader societal debates about modernity versus tradition, transparency versus privacy. In the end, the story of King Charles III and Prince Harry is not just a family drama, it is a reflection of the evolving nature of the monarchy itself. As the institution faces the challenges of the 21st century, it must find a way to honour its past while adapting to the future. Only time will tell how this story will end. But one thing is certain. The weight of tradition is both a burden and a guide, shaping the actions and decisions of those who wear the crown. As King Charles III faces this pivotal moment, he must draw on all his years of experience, wisdom and dedication to navigate the storm. The future of the monarchy, and perhaps even its very survival, may depend on his ability to bridge the gap between tradition and change. The limits of royal authority. The question on everyone's lips is, can't the king simply overrule the committee's decision? This question has sparked debates across the nation, with many wondering about the true extent of royal power in modern Britain. Can't he just pick up the phone and demand that his son and grandchildren be given the protection they need? After all, as a father and grandfather, his concern for their safety is understandable. The answer, like most things involving the monarchy, is complicated. The British monarchy operates within a framework of constitutional laws and traditions that have evolved over centuries. While the king is indeed a powerful figurehead, he is also bound by the laws of the land. His role is largely ceremonial, and his actions are guided by the advice of elected officials and legal experts. The decision to revoke Harry's automatic police protection was made by an independent committee based on security assessments and government policy. This committee operates autonomously, ensuring that decisions are made impartially and without undue influence. To interfere with that decision would set a dangerous precedent, undermining the very notion of a constitutional monarchy. It would blur the lines between the monarchy and the government, leading to potential conflicts and power struggles. It would be a step back into a time when the monarch's word was law, a time most would agree is long gone. The evolution of the British monarchy has been towards a more symbolic and unifying role, rather than one of direct governance. Charles is acutely aware of the delicate balance between tradition and modernity. He knows that his actions are scrutinized not just by his subjects, but by the world at large. He understands that his power lies not in wielding absolute authority, but in respecting the boundaries of his role. By adhering to these boundaries, he maintains the integrity and respect of the monarchy. Overturning the decision might seem like a simple solution, but it would come at a heavy cost, one that Charles, for all his frustration, may not be willing to pay. The repercussions could be far-reaching, affecting not just his reign, but the future of the monarchy itself. In the end, the king's role is to be a stabilizing force, a symbol of continuity and tradition. By respecting the laws and the decisions of independent bodies, he upholds the principles that have allowed the monarchy to endure through the ages. The monarchy's strength lies in its ability to adapt and evolve, to find its place in a changing world while holding on to the values that define it. King Charles, aware of this delicate balance, navigates his responsibilities with a deep sense of duty and respect for the institution he represents. As the world watches, the King's actions will continue to shape the legacy of the British monarchy, a legacy built on centuries of history, tradition, and the ever-present need to adapt to the times. Let us know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to support us with super thanks. Every contribution helps us keep digging into the royal tea. Because trust us, there's always more where this came from.